Watch it. Oh, come on. Welcome back, everyone, to Victor Writes, Victor Reads. And today, love is in the air. It's a very special romantic episode. So, right now, we're going to jump into reading an article that I wrote not too long ago, based on a true story. Based on a true story, not a true story. And as some folks have noted in the comments of the story, they were a little confused. They thought this was really happening and that this was really my 12-year-old. I don't have a 12-year-old, I have a 9-year-old. She is absolutely in line with the child in this story, except for she hasn't done the exact same things. My daughter, Ella, who you may have seen on other videos, is absolutely interested in making me a partner with every single female presenting person that I come across. So, with that being said, I'm going to jump into reading this and hopefully you get a giggle. So, my 12-year-old daughter thinks I'm the thirstiest single dad on the planet. Apparently, so do Taylor Swift, Dua Lipa, Harry Styles, and many others. By me! Here's a thirsty, thirsty guy. And you'll see in the caption that I say, this is what my daughter must think whenever she looks at me. This is what I look like to Ella. I'm so thirsty all the time. Ugh, give me some love. I need a relationship. When you're 12, you think you know everything. It's an age of unparalleled wisdom. Puberty is just around the corner, and you've got a TikTok account that's really starting to take off. My daughter, she's convinced that I'm the thirstiest single dad on the planet. In her eyes, my bachelor status is nothing short of a national emergency. We need all hands on deck to help resolve the crisis. So naturally, she's taken it upon herself to send date requests to Taylor Swift, Dua Lipa, Harry Styles, and many others on my behalf. I'm laughing because I might be pronouncing Dua Lipa wrong, and I definitely pronounced crisis wrong. I know how to pronounce crisis. I don't know how to pronounce Dua Lipa. Lipa? I know what you're thinking. That sounds like the plot of a bad sitcom. And to that I say yes, yes it does. But here we are. Let me clarify a few things. First of all, I've been divorced for 10 years. I haven't dated around my daughter since then. Not once. The closest I've come to romance is occasionally looking at the Trader Joe's cashier a second longer than necessary. And if you've ever done that, you've learned your lesson. And yet my daughter, bless her hyperactive hormonal heart, thinks I'm crying myself to sleep every night, clutching a copy of Eat, Pray, Love, and whispering, I'm ready, Elizabeth Gilbert. I'm ready. This whole thing started innocently enough. One night during a particularly intense game of Uno, she looked up at me with those big, innocent eyes and said, Dad, are you okay? Yes, sweetie. Why? Because you're all alone, she whispered, as if she were breaking news about my terminal illness. I assured her that I was fine, genuinely happy, and that some people actually enjoy their own company, but my reassurances only seemed to intensify her concern. Apparently, Dad is fine translates to Dad is a tragic figure whose only source of warmth is the oven light when he bakes his sad single serving lasagnas. If I wasn't a pescatarian, I'd go hungry man on that, but they're all Salisbury steak, I think. Within days, she'd hijacked my smartphone. Dad, I made you a profile, she announced, her face beaming with pride, on a dating app called Raya. I used all your best pictures, the ones where you're not, you know, just standing there like a dad. I didn't have the heart to tell her that my standing there like a dad aesthetic is not something I'm actively trying to hide. The next thing I know, she's drafting email after email to every A-list celebrity under the sun, each subject line more desperate than the last. Help! My dad needs love. Stat! Or single dad alert. Is your heart open for business? And my personal favorite, Harry, this could be your greatest hit yet. I tried to explain that dating celebrities isn't exactly a viable option for a suburban dad whose greatest claim to fame is the third place chili cook-off ribbon hanging in the kitchen. But she was undeterred. Dad, you've got to aim high. You don't want to end up with, like, a regular person. The condescension she placed on regular person was almost admirable. Every day after school, she checks the email in front of me. Did Harry write back? She asks, her face full of hope. I want to tell her that Harry Styles probably doesn't handle his own email. He's got people for that. But I don't. I just watch as she shakes her head and sighs, muttering something about how celebrities are so rude these days. She's also taken to playing matchmaker at her school. I received a call from her teacher the other day saying my daughter had arranged a parent teacher conference specifically to discuss potential romantic prospects for me. A bold move considering my last romantic prospect was when I met the person who would become her mother. But my daughter remains relentlessly optimistic. She's convinced that love is just around the corner. Dad, she said yesterday, if Dua Lipa doesn't write back, there's always Jennifer Lopez. I nodded, because what else do you do when your 12-year-old daughter thinks she's Kris Jenner? At this point, I'm just waiting for her to propose a full-blown dating reality show starring yours truly. Maybe soon she'll realize being single isn't a problem to be solved, but a lifestyle to be celebrated, like intermittent fasting or veganism, but without all the hunger or tofu. In the meantime, I'm embracing for impact. I listen to Love Story, Lover, and the rest of Taylor Swift's catalog so I can understand all of her past experiences and be there for her as a supportive boyfriend. When Taylor finally writes back, and I'm sure she will, I'll have my 12-year-old daughter to thank, and maybe, just maybe, she'll finally let this go. But probably not, because if there's one thing I've learned, it's that nothing makes a 12-year-old more relentless than the belief that her dad is the thirstiest man alive. And so I wait, patiently, with all the thirst of a dad who has never once asked for a glass of water. And there you go, folks. Again, not a true story, but very, very, very much based on the truth. Leave me a comment. Have you ever had a child or another person in your life trying to help you with a problem that you didn't really think was a problem that needed solving? And then I'll reply because I'm going to reply to every comment I get. And other than that, I'd say please subscribe to the channel to get updates when I post a video. I'm trying to do daily videos. Please head over to medium.com and follow at Victor Yako to get all my articles on there. If you see something that I haven't read yet and you want to ask me to read it, go ahead and send me a note at vwvrmanagement@gmail.com. And I'm willing to read anything. So let me know. And with that, have a great rest of your day.